everyone, welcome to this late arrival of the September monthly earnings for September's stock photography and stock videography earnings. What have I been up to in September? Well, I've been uploading every other day videos and photos to the stock agencies, and that has kind of taken my focus for the last couple of months, because I'm seeing genuine results where my photos and maybe on the odd occasion a video even gets bought at one of the stock agencies. I've also been thinking of what tips I can give newcomers to the industry for looking for stock subjects to upload. And I just looked through my local newspaper in the weekend, and I find the hard copy of the newspaper for me is a lot more easier to get information for stock photography subjects than, say, an online version for some reason. I don't know, it's more tangible, and for me it works. But in my local newspaper I saw a story. It's a Dutch newspaper, so I'm looking at a Dutch heading, but it was just saying there's problems with a shortage of antibiotics. So that's a great subject for still life photos. If you have any old antibiotics lying around, put them on a white background or use some other more creative background, such as them on your hand, or if you want to put yourself in the photo of you taking the antibiotics or pretending to take the antibiotics. Don't try this at home, don't sue me, please God. Another story is of pets being accepted in the workplace, where people who have pets are being encouraged to take their pets into the place where they work. I'm not sure if this is to drag people out of their home offices and get them back in the workplace or not, but that opens up a lot of possibilities for photos of dog on a leash being led into a building, or you typing on your computer with the dog watching in the background, or maybe the dog typing on the computer and you watching in the background. Maybe that wouldn't work. Oh, we've got Stoptober, where people are stopping smoking for the month of October, and there's a wealth of subjects about smoking. You can get into the vape imagery, random cigarette butts left outside workplaces, people smoking, other health issues related to smoking. And what else have we got? Another story about helmets being more popular with bike riders in Belgium than they are in the Netherlands. So there's a wealth of imagery associated with helmets and bikes. You can take a photo of yourself with a helmet on. You can take a photo of yourself lying on the ground next to your bike that's been run over by a... No, that's wrong. You could... Yeah, there's a wealth of imagery associated with that. So that's just a few ideas. Oh, one more. Farm animals and other animals benefiting from social contact. So it's got a picture here of some dairy cows here in the Netherlands, but you could go to your neighbourhood hobby zoo or hobby farm and do some photos with goats, petting the goats, or being head-butted by the goats. They love doing that. So there's a couple of ideas for you. So if you're stuck for ideas, open up a newspaper on the table and start mining those headings and stories for stock photos and stock videos. Okay, well, let's get into my results for September, and we'll start off with Shutterstock, where I have 2,756 images and 295 videos. I had 48 sales in September, and that includes 2 small video sales. One of the shots I was really pleased to have sold was a panorama that I took with my mobile phone of a beach resort here in The Hague. That's a new development. It's very controversial. It's kind of, really cluttering up the landscape. It's more of a property developer developer kind of idea, which is not very popular with a lot of the locals, me included. But the light and the sun was setting and on these buildings near this seaside resort, and that sold for $2.72. A simple panorama taken with my iPhone SE 2020. And I just love doing panoramas with my iPhone. It's so easy, and you can really make an impressive image without any trouble. If I did it with my DSLR, I'd have to go into Photoshop and do some stitching, because my DSLR doesn't have the capability of stitching a JPEG file together. So the iPhone is a really powerful tool for me when I want to create a panorama, a time lapse, or just a high quality 4K video at 60p. Another photo I was happy to sell was of a sprinkler irrigation system on dry farmland in the Dutch countryside. And that was an editorial. No, it wasn't. It was a commercial photo for $2.56. The panorama was an editorial. The rest for Shutterstock were all small amounts for September, including the videos, and I only earned $19.16 for Shutterstock. And now we get on to Alamy, where I have 2,426 images. I made 3 sales in September, and the first image is of a yellow buoyancy device used by the surf life-saving crews on the beaches of The Hague. And it's just a still photo with that lying on the beach and with the sea in the background. And that photo made me $1.46 gross. Another bit better sale now, and that's of a Tasmanian police car when I was back in Tassie during Christmas one year. And that editorial photo made me $6.10 gross. And finally, I think this was also an editorial because I thought that the land could be recognizable by the owner, and that's of a row of trees used as a windbreak in the Dutch countryside because it's so flat, and it's of a farm field, and that photo made $21.95. All up net, I made $14.75 for Alamy in September. And now we get on to iStock Getty, where I only sold 1 video and the rest were photo sales. A couple of highlights. One was of my retro style toaster, which is in nice colour of turquoise blue. And it's not covered in brands or labels or wording of the manufacturer. And I put some kind of rustic looking toast in the toaster and took some photos of it, as well as just photos of the toaster itself on a white background. And I made $4.90 net for that commercial photo, which I'm really thrilled about. I'm not so thrilled about the rest of the sales for iStock Getty, but that was a nice little surprise. Subjects on white backgrounds still sell. And another photo was a commercial one of just a scenic beach getaway landscape or seascape, and that made $3.84. In total for iStock Getty, I made $14.57. And now we get on to my most successful agency, and that's Adobe Stock, where I have 1,331 images. Oh, I also have 108 videos. I made 23 sales overall. A recent photo that I uploaded is of a person holding an oyster in a metal mesh glove to protect them from sharp edges, opening an oyster with an oyster knife. And that was a commercial photo, and I sold that for 47 cents. Just happy that a new image that I uploaded sold. I also sold a commercial video of honey being poured onto a spoon with a white background. They still sell, whether they're videos or photos, so keep doing it. And that only made me $2.80, unfortunately. And when I was in Scotland, I was at a wildlife park and I took a close-up of a grey European wolf in an enclosure, avoiding any like fencing or signs that it's in an enclosure, kind of giving the image the idea that it's a wild animal. And it was chewing on a bone so you could see its teeth. And of course it's not doing the wolf's image any favours, but people do have problems with wolves in Europe still, where they take livestock, get hit by cars, or take dogs that are going out for walks without leashes like they should have. I do like wolves, but I wouldn't want to meet a wolf in a forest by myself. Anyway, that sold as a commercial image for 99 cents. The biggest highlight was I was walking on a beach one day and I came across a seabird called a guillemot, and unfortunately it was dead and washed up on the beach. But I took a very close-up video of that with the sea moving in the background, which put the motion in the video, and that sold for $22.40. And the biggest sale of the month was where I was selling out to AI, and it was a Firefly bonus where Adobe use your elements or keywords of your video to enhance what they offer for AI video with Firefly. And in the short term, of course, these bonuses are welcome, but it's kind of like training someone who's going to replace you at your job. You know, it's fun to train someone to do something that you're good at and you enjoy, but in the end, they're the ones who are going to shaft you and take over your job. So it's a bit like that. Anyway, that sold for $26.59. Mixed feelings about that, obviously. In total for Adobe Stock, I made $68.99. Okay, so you might be wondering how much I earned in the month of September. Well, if you are wondering, please feel free to share this video with your other stock photographer friends or associates or relatives, and that will give me a good bonus within the YouTube algorithm to see that it's being shared across the spectrum. Also, don't forget to give it a like and hit that subscribe button if you want to see my monthly videos on stock photography and stock videography earnings. Anyway, how much did I earn for the month of September? I earned in total $119.27. Thanks for watching, guys. Let me know how you went. I really enjoy hearing how you guys are doing, and I look forward to seeing it in the comments. All the best and have a good October.